Jesus Christ, dude. Oh. Well, guess what? Frank gets to hear our music again. Okay. Dude, I fucking hate Google sometimes, man.
Right?
Yeah, I gotta look at all of our old shows because when I thought we were streaming, because I was sending data to the using my stream key or whatever, I thought we were streaming. I could have not been in the past. But now you actually got to hit a go live button now.
Well, you know. Really surprised.
Jesus Christ.
And of course, I closed the fucking window. I was gonna double check.
Stop stage. Alright. Oh my god.
It would be the fucking show where I'm like, and we're only gonna do this long.
Well, actually, I thought you were. I figured we would start a little bit later. You said you wanted to start early, but I was like, I asked you, are you gonna, do you have your shit set up then? And you're like, I don't know. I was like, oh boy.
Well, because it's not like I stream with anybody fucking else. I play games with fucking Floyd. That's about it.
Right. Well, I wasn't sure. I kind of thought that you might have worked on it a bunch during the week, but I
No,
wasn't
not
sure.
No, not a damn bit. So anyway, how you been, Ian?
Okay. Like I was saying before, they're one of the we missed doing the show, so we finally got back into it because you were started working on your computer like months ago. You decided to put a custom water loop in there, and you got a new processor because I had gotten a 16 core, and now I guess you're like, huh, maybe I'll get a 16 core. So
No,
you got one too.
No, that's not it, sir. I wanted to upgrade anyway, but the 32 core is stupid expensive still. You're almost might as well just get a fucking third gen, but then you need another motherboard and la-di-da. So no.
Yeah. But that was after you had started this custom water cooling project. You had started this like months ago.
Yeah, I was like, well, I'll water cool and then I'll upgrade my CPU. And then I couldn't stop the leak. And I'm pretty sure it was the coupler I was using because it didn't have O-rings. Apparently that made the fucking difference. I did that and it's like, hey, it's leak free now. What? Okay. So, but yeah, now I can add custom water cooler to my list of achievements.
Yeah.
I made a custom loop. Red River, motherfucker.
Red Ripper.
I love those shirts that look like heavy metal band t-shirts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's down in between the 30s and the 50s. That's where the fuck you'd want to be.
Well, now, what was the purpose? You said you're going to do some kind of like light overclocking maybe in the future, but you don't want to go into like having to worry about the power phases and shit, though. Like,
I'm not doing any retarded liquid, nitrogen fucking bullshit. I'm just gonna my AIO didn't even let me run XMP because that's technically an overclock.
Yeah.
So this thing, I went to default settings, reverse boot up, and I said, okay, it's not crashing. And the next startup, I went over and flipped it to XMP, and okay. So I think the next time I start up, I'm going to try 4.0 and see how that does. I'm expecting it to be a little warmer, because it would turbo boost it on its own, but it wouldn't stay. It would just like go. When it goes to 4.0, it's like, and it's staying. So
Well, see, I was always confused on that. Like, when you overclock, do you specify like your base overclock and whatever turbo overclock
well,
it'll go to?
in your tweaker BIOS, you can set it to auto, which is where it'll push it high, but it doesn't stay. Like each one will jump to that 4 and then down, and try to keep it cool. Um, Whereas there is a profile for 4.0 in my BIOS that I did program, and it's like, hey, you want to set that up? And I'm like, okay. And when I was able to run it for 15 minutes on my old chip with the AIO, and then it just fucking froze the fuck up and wouldn't boot.
Yeah.
So I just said, well, it wouldn't hurt to go, full custom water cooling, because then I know, it's as good as because like I told everyone, I'm like, I've got the best AIO I could get for Threader, which is the only, as far as I know, at this point, up until maybe now, Intermax is the only company that makes a full heat spreader the size of the chip of the Threadripper, but I might be fucking wrong. The cold
Well, yeah,
plates.
I saw other ones like the Asus one, but you didn't want to go with that one.
Well, the Asus one is not. No, that's a plastic shroud around a fan. The actual cold plate is an Asatek, just the same as a fucking Corsair, just the same as an NZXT. It's too fucking small. It's not any bigger. It looks bigger, but that's just a plastic shroud because there's a fan over top of it. Remember that tiny little 80 millimeter
Yeah.
fan that's loud as shit? There's a plastic shroud around it, and that little tiny LED or OLED screen. That's it. There's no fucking. It's on the actual heat spreader. It's just on the die, and I don't want that. So the first gen EK water blocks for Threadripper got a bad rap because they just took their Intel water blocks and made them bigger, but they didn't change the layout of the fins, and the fins didn't cover the entire heat spreader. These are bigger. I don't know if they're necessarily better. I'm kind of taking the same gamble I did with the. I got the second gen Intermax, thinking, well, maybe it's better than the first gen. Both had quality control issues. The only thing is, this block was $60. I can't beat
Yeah.
that because if it fucking fails, I'll take it out and put a fucking heat killer on there, which I know will work.
Yeah. Well, it's like I was texting you before. Like, I your thing should have been pretty good for you know your AIO, but it just had QC problems. You know.
I told people like I said, I've got the best available Threadripper, and they're like, no, it's not. Okay, it's the only one that does this heat spreader. Everything else is just the die. If you want to overclock, you're leaving a lot of heat on the fucking table, and that can cause errors. And I can overclock. I don't have like the first one was 8 cores. What's the fucking point? And that was just to get me onto the platform. Now that I got this one, I might do some light overclocking. I don't really plan to do anything more than like with a one-click overclocking, like when you do a regular my FX chip did. When you go into the BIOS, it's like, hey, you want to overclock? Sure, and it goes okay, like
Yeah.
fast boot or whatever the fuck it was. That I might do that, and I might try playing with Ryzen Master, where you like while it's on, you have overclock, and then you shut it off before you go into the BIOS and get all stupid.
Well, I don't know about your 16 core, but definitely for the 8 core, the AIO should have been more than enough because you had gotten a 360. Well, like
Yes,
you said, there was quality control problems with it, so
They were finding a lot of stuff. First I'd heard it was slag in the radiator, which would
That
get
was
stuck.
nasty.
And slag would break off and then get stuck into the system. Or Gamers Nexus said that it was actually the rubber gasket between the fins of the cold plate and the another part of it. There was a rubber that was breaking down and getting into it. So there's multiple fucking problems. I thought they would have gotten better, but all they did was add addressable RGB. Eh, I'm I'm still gonna try it. Like I've got my old chip. Whenever I make another NAS, whenever the hell that is, I'll probably put my uh, 8-core chip in there, and I'll slap the AIO on it because it's not going to be. I mean, it ran at stock speeds, the suggested speeds, but that's like 200 or my RAM was only like 2133 or something like that. Some low for 3200 sticks, it should have been screaming, but they want you to start out slow before you overclock your suggested speed. So I'll just I'll try it out, and if it doesn't work, I'll fucking get a $60 Noctua cooler for it. I ain't scared.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Yeah. So basically, speaking of NAS, though, I did get all my parts for my NAS.
nice.
Here's the 2070 Super here.
2070 for NAS, huh?
Well, it's a NAS slash backup computer, so or like
That's what I was using mine for.
What?
That's what I was doing. I was gaming on my old shit, and it was like,
I'll be able to do rendering and shit on it. I have another one of my cooler. I got an AIO for this one too. This
just because you can.
Yeah, just because I could. This is the
Right,
same one, the NZXT one.
I mean, if you want quiet, which is what you're really after with the NAS, a Noctua will get you there if you don't want to go water, but.
And then these are, I got all my RGB fans. This is the pack of 6.
What is that up here?
Yeah, it's the one Jay did a video on.
Okay. Yeah, I went deep cool on my 3 front ones.
Yeah, got 32 gigs for this. So I have 32 in mine, and then in my NAS, and then the main build we both have 64 in there. So
now is that what speed is that?
this is a 3000.
I remember you saying you're like my damn build's got like 2100 or something, but it's got 16 gig sticks.
Yeah, this is two 16 gigs, so this is 32. And it's the same in my other build. Is my old RAM was 2400. So I'm putting 3000 in that one. And then this is for my main build. This is a 1 terabyte and a 1 terabyte for this NVMe.
I got that same drive, but I don't have a terabyte. I've got like 200 and something gig. Because my old NAS, I made the mistake of putting. I was just wanted to play Fallout 76. I made the mistake of putting it on my external hard drive. Oh my god, the load times!
Oh man!
I could start, then go take the dogs out, poop, and come back, and it was thinking about loading it. Now and then, when I got back to this thing, I forgot that there was the Wastelanders update. That was 60 something gigs. So it's like, hey, you don't have enough room. You're 3 gigs shy. I was like, son of a bitch. So I put it on my games drive, which is my 10 terabyte drive, but it's still a hard drive. So load screens is the only time I notice it.
Right.
It's still mechanical, but it's internal.
By the way, what did you think of that thing that I sent you that Paul Hardware did? I wish I would have known about that, because I would have gotten that instead of the up here fans, because that would be easy because it's what it basically is like you could choose different sizes, obviously, but like I would have gotten there. It was a triple 120 fans that were like together in a block or whatever with RGB around the sides and everything.
Oh, I was trying to. It had really good saturated lighting all around. It wasn't like diffused unevenly and like you ever see RGB and it's like hot spots. Like here's a light, here's a light, here's a light. You can count all the individual fucking diodes.
Yeah, yeah,
It looked good, but was it new?
yeah. I mean that video that I sent you, I guess, was new. I'm not sure how old the product was. I'm assuming it's pretty new. I haven't seen it before. The main selling point is with it is it's easier to install and you only have one cord for your your RGB and one for the fan speed. Then that it's basically like like it just is treated as one fan even though if it's three.
Sorry, I'm looking at my fans real quick. Now that you mentioned fans, I'm like, where do I have mine at? It's like, hey, you need to run the tuning, and I'm not going to do that. Last time I did that shit, it's like, and your shit's going to run super hot. No, I'm going to fuck with that during the show. I'll wait till later to watch my shit explode.
Yeah.
How do I get out of here? Fan expert. Okay, the main page. Here we go. Okay, anyway. Sorry. I wasn't trying to ignore you. I popped up something while you were mentioning it. So.
Yeah. I'm gonna try this again. We were talking about UV before the show. Frank's got a new UV in his computer.
It's this glare over here.
Yeah. But the thing I was trying to tell him, I noticed with the. I should show a picture to Frank sometime, but you could kind of see it glowing with just the blue because it's a fluorescent thing. It really shows when you have all the other lights turned off.
Yeah, UV, you really have to get it at the thing it's trying to work on. Like, my UV vector fluid, like the tubes in the back, just look like they're clear water, but the front, it was obviously blue because the fucking lights were on it. I think, so, it's fun. I'm going to mess with it.
Yeah.
Make mine look different.
I was just trying to tell him that you should, for the RGB, because it's an RGB UV strip, so it's all four colors in one strip. If if you're going to be doing blue anyways, you might as well turn the blue on that strip.
Well,
so it'll help the UV a little bit.
Like I said though, when I was telling them, I've got this piece of glare right here by my face, just because I've got a strip behind my reservoir to light it up, and it's only on UV. When I put it on RGB, it's white as F, and then when I put it on white, oh my god, it's a flashlight. So throw it back on.
Could you imagine what if you turned all of your RGB components to white then?
That
thing would be like wah wah wah.
My room would probably get hotter, even though it'd be a cool white. Speaking of RGB, I also I modified this lamp back here to be RGB when I was repairing it. Hillbilly repair.
I'm telling you should get into the like the just buying rolls of RGB strips and cutting them and soldering them. Then you could basically turn anything into RGB, like your hard drives or like a backplate or something.
I mean, I'm going to make a couple of those because all I have to do is double stick tape it to a piece of plexi.
Exactly, and I mean the soldering part isn't too hard once you get pretty good at it.
I won't do that. I'll just get a piece and cut it to length.
Well, they do make those solderless connectors.
Yeah, but that's too. I am too lazy. It's not that it's too difficult. I just don't want to fucking do it. Like the strips I got behind my bottles there, my Nuka-Cola bottles. It's too long, but I have it doubled over. Yeah, it's in there. Anyway,
that's probably why it took you so long to do this Waterloo. Because I mean, you probably could have gotten it done a lot faster, but you just were, you're getting pissed at it and you're lazy.
I'm lazy, and then I got mad, and like I'm not a plumber,
Yeah.
and and like when I have it apart, I go, well, I should do this while it's, just like a car, while it's up and I'm in there anyway. I need to do this and this, and they're like, God damn it, just slap the thing together, and I'm like, I start getting itch, and that's why I have my old rig. I was gaming on it, but on my old 17-inch monitor, I don't know, that was horrible because it doesn't take up the whole screen; it just takes up the top part. So I brought down this 34-inch, ultra wide I have, but it was on my old 380, and it looked horrible. So, which is funny because Fallout 4 ran on that machine, but the improved 76, which is the same engine with tweaks, it's below the minimum specs for that. So I put like hundreds of dollars of lights in this thing. Well, not hundred, like probably, let's see. Because I got crystal, RGB, hubs. I probably got at least 100 in it. At least.
Yeah.
No, and each component that can lights up, I did pick that option. So, lights in, and then I'd sit there and I go, that's a stupid idea. And I'd have to tear it all apart and redo it. And then I finally got it working, and I'm like, okay. Like I said, the first day I tried the game on it, fucking internet wouldn't connect, and then when it did, oh damn it! And then tonight we tried to do the show, and what happens? Google said nope.
Yeah. Well, so, I mean, we look forward though to seeing. I'd like to ask. I want to ask you if you think this whole build is worth it, but I guess we'll have to see some progress, maybe an update next week to see how your temperatures are and how much overhead room you do have for like overclocking. I guess
I said it's not going to be an every week thing. Life comes at you fast, man.
Well, whenever we do the show next, like I said, we'll have to see what how your gaming has been on it and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I've done one day of gaming, and this so far I'm seeing a lot less stutters than when I had my old 8-core chip, but like I was on an AIO that was dying or whatever, so maybe. I don't know.
But you basically said that you really haven't tried to do any of the overclocking yet.
No, the most I've done is I'm running the XMP settings, which, is what I was mainly trying to do. Yeah. I couldn't do that, and now I can. But,
yeah. So,
we'll see. I have time to play.
Well, that's good, man. But yeah, do you want to, see, what we're drinking on here?
Oh, go ahead.
I don't give a fuck.
Honestly, it hasn't been all exciting for
Soda
this type of
Talk
stuff.
with Frank and Ian.
I can't hear you over me. What?
It hasn't been that exciting for this type of stuff because, well, at least for me, I haven't seen like a whole lot of different kinds of Mountain Dew. For a while there, it was just like regular Mountain Dew.
Do you ice? Do you get on Reddit at all, other than Battlestations?
Sometimes, but I haven't a whole lot lately. Why?
There's a subreddit I've started going to that's just about soda.
Oh, really?
Yeah, to fizz or not to fizz.
Well, was it just me, or was there like a little bit of a shortage there? I mean, I wouldn't be surprised because of the pandemic, but have you seen like a bunch of like the regular Mountain Dews or?
The last one I saw was like Frostbite from Walmart, and now stores really don't have. I don't know if people are buying them up or they just don't have them. Like there hasn't been. Like I went this week and all I have is a shitty, original Mountain Dew, and I'm like, I don't want that. My dad's pissed because he wants Livewire, and he can't find anywhere, and I can't find ice or nothing.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Is it just you're just seeing the regular crappy Mountain Dew? Is that what
Yeah,
it's looking like?
right? Yeah.
Well, I was lucky this week. I did find some Code Red. At least I got that.
Yeah, I'm finishing up a damn what's this? That Cyclone from Speedway, which usually takes me 2 days to drink. So I've had it for a minute. Also, they've got a frozen game fuel at Speedway. If you ever go there,
Uh,
I don't know if
by the
you
way, I
put that.
think you're. Are you frozen on there?
Not on my end. Do I gotta go to your page and check?
Well, no, you're. Well, on your camera looks like it's frozen. On the Hangouts. Oh, there we go.
Is it okay? So it's working now.
Yeah,
That's weird.
but yeah.
Um,
So you got a frozen game fuel? You're saying?
yeah. Well, I don't have one, but they have one now. It's that Berry Blast.
Oh yeah.
They got that, and I'm like, oh, I keep telling myself to try it. Well, when I go to Speedway, I get, a 64 or whatever the hell ounce giant sucker, and I'm like, I can't really expect to get because I can drink in a night. I can drink a mug this big full, and then I can drink another one the next day out of that same cup and have extra. But a frozen one, I'm like, it'll probably melt by the time I get to it.
Right. So you got. What do you have on your desk there? You say you have
The Cyclone,
the Cyclone.
yeah, it's I don't know if I told you before. It's basically Sangria Blast, if you remember that.
Yeah.
Well, damn it! Hold on.
I can never forget about that Sangria Blast, man.
Yeah, as soon as you like it, they take the shit away.
Yeah.
Oh,
You got some toilet water, I assume.
no, I actually don't. I dumped all mine because I had a cup on the table and I was doing something and I spilled it and I got mad. I poured it out and my wife cleaned the thing and I don't know where it's at right now. But I'll go ahead. I'll send you on the Hangouts here. I'll send you that subreddit I go to for just sodas. Because they let you know, they're like, they got an upcoming exclusive, like, Burger King. Ooh, I'm going to get this. Burger King is having a frozen wild cherry release soon.
Oh, nice.
I love cherry. And some of it's good, some of the shit is like, oh my god, is this like a cannabis energy drink?
Huh. Really?
Or La Croix, or whatever the hell that water is. Powerade Mountain Berry Blast at a 7-Eleven. Okay. Shirley Temples. Huh. Oh yeah. Did you ever see Fanta Pina Colada?
No.
They have that at Dollar General. I saw one in the wild and I got it. It was okay. I didn't care for it.
Hmm.
But
Well,
I'm trying to find that damn I was talking about because it's a blue. I don't know if you recognize the flavor or not, but there's a shit ton. Maui Burst. I haven't seen that in a minute either. And I've gone to the Dollar General going, do they have it? No. Okay, that's enough. But anyway. But yeah, what are you drinking on?
okay. Well, I'll get the boring stuff out of the way. I got a Gatorade here. That's for backup. Toilet water, and the main thing I've been drinking on here was this is a
Ugh.
raspberry citrus Kickstarter.
Ugh. Ugh. I don't like the Kickstarters.
Puppy monkey baby.
Puppy, monkey. I thought of that today. I was singing it, but
Yeah, I mean, isn't that what the flavor of the sangria was? Kind of like.
I mean, it was like sangria is like a dark, I think cherry, raspberry. I don't know. It's a really good flavor.
Well, they do have a dark cherry Kickstarter, but I would have gotten one of those. The is it the yeah? It's the game fuels, but they didn't. I haven't seen those either. There.
I've seen them at the grocery store, but I didn't enjoy them because they're fucking figuring out how to open them without making a goddamn mess was a pain in the ass.
And then you spray it all over yourself.
Yeah, every time, and you're like, dude, I just want to get a couple sips in. I don't need my entire fucking desk and everything ruined. Like, it should not be that difficult. A fucking 2 liter of Pilled Red wouldn't do this. But anyway,
Yeah, I use some power tools to get it open.
gotta Google how to open it. Unless it's that cool Japanese drink I get that comes with its own pop to open thing, that's cool, but it's got a marble inside. So,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
anyway, would you like to move on to some stations, sir, since I'm
Yeah.
trying to do this and go home and see my family?
You'll never see your family again, Frank.
Right.
Actually, that's besides your life. Besides your wife, you're not rushing to get back to your family, are you?
I haven't seen my father in months because he's a senior citizen
Yeah.
with the
Well,
COVID. Well, with COVID going on, I don't want to put him at risk.
When you
Especially
visit
since
your family,
I'm
you're looking like, can I go back to my home?
right. Well, since I'm out in the wild, I don't want to risk making anyone else.
Yeah, you
Because
put your
I work at the
life on the
hospital.
line every day.
That's right. I save lives
Essential worker.
because not all heroes wear capes, Ian.
That's
But
right.
hold on. Why the hell did? Oh, share screen. Here we go. Which one doesn't have my porn? I mean, but yeah. Anyway, so this is your first battle station.
Yep.
Pretty
Yeah,
cool.
My theme was kind of like for this week is, I mean, I didn't purposely try to have a theme, but it seemed like kind of like, you get more of a view of a room, so it's more of like a man cave type of setup, I guess. Like something that includes your TV and your entertainment center.
Okay.
Because that's what I seen a few of them on there, like the newest ones. So.
I mean, I like how they tied everything together. They have the same wallpaper on all the screens. They kind of got it with their RGB. And if you really want to get picky, they even kind of have the same colors with the PlayStation lights. Pink and tones of green. I mean, the yellow is the only one that's not in there a whole bunch. I guess there's some yellow on the far left of the picture, but
Yeah.
anyway. But yeah, pretty cool.
Pretty cute.
Yeah, I mean, they could have hid that one strip a little bit better, I feel.
Yeah, probably.
But I mean, shit. At the very least, I don't know. That's the most of their problems. So,
Do you recognize the figures on there?
well,
On the shelf there?
I believe in the middle, or the second shelf from the top. I think is that The Witcher,
Could be.
and the top. I want to say it's from Animu, but I'm not sure. Same with the one that's interrupted by the desk, and I have no fucking idea what's going on at the bottom. So no, I don't know what any of this shit is. I'm sure they probably say it. Ask them about the fucking monitor. Okay, nope, they don't say shit. But yeah, looks good.
All right.
Moving on. Oh boy.
Yes. See, this one was a kind of similar thing. Like a
Yeah, this
setup
is
on
more
the side and the TV on the side.
on the side. See, this is a man cave right here. They got the projector.
Yeah.
They got other fucking chairs. The only thing
Yeah,
I
this
don't
is like
understand.
something you'd see in like a Cribs or that actual man cave show, you know?
Yeah, now this looks like just some dude's basement. Like he's probably got a room right next to this where it's just like fucking a bench to like with some weights, and it probably
Yeah.
smells like feet over there. I mean, only unfavorable thing is that painting with the light against it. It makes it look as like water spotted and like rotting. Because otherwise, it's got really nice dark earth tones. But I mean, and I have a similar IKEA desk setup. My only concern is there's no brace in the middle. Don't know if that's a solid top. Because I don't know all the tops anymore. When they first came out, I was a nerd about it, and then I got mine and I stopped looking at it. Because apparently they don't carry the Humarp anymore. They got some other stuff. The Carlby is so popular, I don't think they'll ever get rid of that. And that doesn't look dark enough to be a Carlby, but I could be wrong. It might be the light making it brighter. He's got a 49-inch looking monitor, I think. It's pretty cool if it's your only thing. The big-ass tower. OMG.
Big ass tower.
Yeah, it looks like the shelves are built in with the headphone hanger. I guess they're doing VR right there, but I don't know. That looks awful close with those chairs. So I don't know. But I mean, it's pretty cool. I mean, I'm not hating.
Are those theater type seats? Are those pretty expensive?
Yeah, that's what they're movie theater seats. I don't know if they're expensive or I mean they make ones that look like that are cheap. So I don't know. I have to read. Let me read. Projector. No one asked. Oh, it's not carbon. It's a DIY top. Ooh, made from some 2x10 pine. No sag, but he doesn't have anything heavy. He just has the keyboard on it, so he's really gonna be okay, I guess. Because he's got his shit wall mounted. Hold, please. Copy. Come on. Okay. I was messing with my DPI today because I started gaming, and I was like, oh, I'm all the way over to the other side of the fucking monitor.
Yeah, that was another question I had for you was what you're trying to get a new monitor, right? Like
I would
is
like
that
to.
supposed to be your main gaming monitor? What do you want for your like what's your ideal gaming monitor basically? Cuz I thought it was your 4K TV.
Well, Ian, I like to have options. If I don't care about frame rate, but I want size, I can look at my 4K TV. But if I want high refresh for gaming, I might, I wouldn't be opposed to having, a high refresh, monitor at like 36, whatever the hell, 1600. But I don't know. Why do I gotta have one, Ian? I got 4. I want more.
Well, yeah. Well, it's just I just was asking because I mean you do have a definitely like a variety of different sizes and types of monitors there. So I figured you would have one that's your main gaming monitor, I guess.
Well, currently I have my 4K set up as my main monitor, but that's mainly because even though I love my 34-inch, it's only 1080.
Yeah.
And that bothers me. I notice it after using a 4K. A 38-inch, I think I would like better, but see, I don't know. So
But you see, if you could have the best of both worlds, but then that's ridiculously expensive, right?
I mean, I'm not gonna go the fucking gaming OLED Linus bullshit because I'm not paying $4,000 or whatever for a fucking monitor.
You don't get that Christmas money for that.
Well, see,
You
I
don't get
think
that kind of Christmas money.
No, I actually don't have the Christmas money to even cover the shit I do buy. I have to like save up after that.
Yeah.
So I wanted to like do Steam Link, and because I have the Steam Link app, I can game on my TV downstairs. This is my 75-inch. I told you I got that right, but
Yeah.
I have to use a controller because I don't have a wireless keyboard and mouse that works. I had one and it broke, and I can't do a controller. It just fucking drives me nuts. So,
Well, I think where you're gonna put your if you get your new monitor, it's gonna go in place of your 1080 screen now, right?
yes, yeah,
So, yeah, I think
and
that would be better then because you're not craning your neck.
well, I mean, I'm not really now. Just looking up like a couple inches. So, and like I never have. Everyone's like, "That'll give you a stiff neck." No, that's all. Like,
Yeah,
I
always got to tease you about that.
well, the thing is, I built this system to play Fallout 76. It came out in 2018. My neck has yet to bother me. I had more complaints when I switched to my old system that wasn't this thing because my back was hurting me from sitting in that thing. That was it. But no, I would put my 34 where this 27 is, and put the 27 downstairs on my, which only has a 17-inch right now. But you know, that's if and when. I'm not in any hurry. I would like higher refresh because I actually play shooters and first-person stuff, and now that it's not, single player, it's online, it would be a little better. But there's other things I want to get. I would like to get some M.2. I would like to try just to do it because you can do that on Threadripper. You can do M.2, raid. I want to do raid 0 just because it's fucking ridiculous, just like me. I want to get two 2 terabyte M.2s and boot it in fucking raid 0. So I'll have 2 terabytes of usable, or is it 2 terabytes or 4 terabytes if it's in 0?
I think 0, adds them together basically.
But yeah, just because I can fucking do it, I can copy it to another drive and it'll be fucking fine.
Well, this silicone power one that I got this one because it lets it. I was looking at the read write speeds and it was like in the 3 to 4,000 somewhere around there, so that's pretty good, I guess.
Over 3,000.
Yeah.
But anyway,
but
yeah,
no. So like, is your old computer like your NAS then? If it's just blue screening, just trying to get in there, so you haven't been really using it as a NAS that much to begin with. Now, right then, you haven't been. Isn't that where you have most of your videos and movies and stuff on there? That's
yeah.
like the
Well,
whole point?
you got to remember we got the streaming content, so the only thing on there is, I mean, there's some of her movies on there, but it's mostly my obscure, goofy shit. My DVDs of the young ones and comedy shows that no one cared about other than me. And if I want to watch them, I can. A lot of stuff's on Hulu anymore. We got YouTube TV now because my wife got tired of Hulu charging us for no ads and still having ads. And then it would just what would it do? It would screw up and like freeze up, I think, or something. Oh, it would buffer. And she got tired of it. She said, "Let's try YouTube TV." And they give you a 2-week trial. And the entire 2 weeks, it buffered once. And it was only like, "Oh, look, it did buffer." And then it went back to the show. And the commercials, they don't do like, because we had Sling, we had Fubo or whatever the hell it's called. Then we had Hulu. Those still play local TV commercials. This thing, if there's a commercial, it goes to a logo of the channel and it goes, commercial break, and then you might get like an online commercial, like the same 3 commercials 10 times in a row for like CBS or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's been an enjoyable experience. But anyway, back to this setup.
Well, no, I was just asking because are you going to do anything about your computer? I mean,
Dude, I just got the shit to turn on 2 days ago.
No, I mean your NAS.
Oh, I mean, I don't know if it's because I was gaming on it or if it's like the Windows updates. Because as soon as I would uninstall updates, like all of them, and reset the computer, sometimes it would work, but then other times I would like it wouldn't. And then when I did get it working, it would all of a sudden say, "Hey, we're updating," and I'm like, "Oh shit, I forgot to turn off updates," because I was just
Well,
trying to game on it.
well, when was the last time you played something off of Plex on there?
Uh, I don't know. I did a couple tests on it, like just to see if I could, if I could. Like I think when I got my TV, I might have did.
Can you VNC into it now?
I was trying to VNC into it because I want to. When I played Fallout, I took screen like you can take pictures and they become your loading screen. So you're like when you load, you see your character doing whatever. The thing is, my VNC software, I always forget the fucking passwords, and apparently I did too many attempts, and it goes too many security attempts. I was like, ah, fuck. So I can't do that right now. I might have to restart it, but I can get into Plex. Um, yeah, okay. Sign in. Yeah. Hold on. Continue with email. Sign in. I don't know why it makes you sign in. Who gives a shit? It's just me.
Yeah.
Anyone I'm sharing with, but whatever.
Yeah.
I would, go ahead.
Basically, you might want to get those problems figured out before you start buying, like 16 terabytes and stuff for that thing.
I mean,
Like I plan on doing.
even if it doesn't even if it ends up bugging out, I can just take them and slap them in something else.
Yeah.
Who gives a shit? Because these right now it's just external drives. Yeah, I can see my library fine.
Hmm.
Let me load something real quick, see how fast it is.
Well, no,
Resume.
because I know you wanted to get those 16 terabyte drives, like the internal ones.
I
Start
might just
raiding those.
I might just start doing a couple 12s just because they're cheaper.
Yeah. Yeah, the 16 are ridiculous. Like I was telling you, should I get a 16 terabyte, or you could get two 10s for the same fucking price?
Right. Might as well just get the fucking 20 terabytes worth. Anyway, back to this shit.
Okay.
I see Sennheisers, so I like that. I see multiple monitors. They're spaced out awkwardly, just like me. I understand. I see a bunch of consoles lit up with LEDs. Boner. I see an ugly but probably comfortable couch. Boner. Yep. Yeah. I see a futon. So I mean, yeah, this is the shit there.
Yeah,
And
this
then
one's another kind of like theater seat type of thing, huh?
the last one you have is a bonus.
Yeah.
Oh, clips. Oh my god, really?
Yeah, I thought I would. I thought you would have things to say about this because of all the speakers.
So basically, I just went and got some wood slabs with a paper thin. Oh, okay. There's a trackpad, so they're not even using a fucking mouse. So all they have to be doing with this is listening to music. You can't do anything else. I barely want to type at this fucking thing. Like, I mean, there's center channel up top. So if you want to watch movies, but
They got dual subs, man.
I apologize. I have to share this on a Telegram chat that I belong to. That is all all about audiophile stuff. Oh, hold on, I gotta enter a code because I forgot I haven't used this thing in 1,000 years. Okay. Oh, and apparently there's an upgrade or update. Like I said, it's been 4 months. I had to upgrade my BIOS.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah, I mean, okay. Did you get this exclusively because you're like, he'll have stuff to say?
Yeah, I figured you had stuff to say about all the speakers. I mean, I really didn't care about the setup.
Okay, he's got Klipsch is retarded expensive. These look like Dell monitors. If I had to guess, now I got to read and see.
And what are those, like 40-inch monitors or something?
No, they can't be.
It's hard to get a sense of scale because, yeah, the desk is a lot smaller than the monitors.
Is this setup even usable? Everything is too big as close as you're sitting. This is my living room. I don't sit on the table to listen to music. Your desk should be big enough to hold all 3 monitors, just saying. He says, I'll get a wall mount later. I don't know. I don't think he says here, but yeah, Klipsch is expensive, and I mean, those are...
So basically you're saying this is retarded, stupid, expensive.
Yeah, because if you look, that's a fucking Mac Pro behind it.
Oh, I
right?
didn't even see that.
Right, behind the middle monitor. That's what's driving all this. So, and look at his wall of iPhones. And they got a little mini... I don't know if that's a mini... like, a fake Mac, or like if that's one of those G Suite drives that looks like a Mac,
Oh, yeah.
I don't fucking know. I shared this to my dudes.
What, just now?
Yeah, let me see.
So basically, if this was an entertainment center put in this instead of the monitor or instead of the computer setup, it would have been a lot more respectable.
I mean, yeah, and I mean, the monitors. I'm sure that I don't.
I mean, the bezels aren't too bad on there.
I mean, they're bad enough. If you're gonna do that, the giant 49-inch monitor would have been the better choice.
Yeah.
I don't know
the money for that shit. I mean,
I don't know. I think this guy has money falling out of his asshole.
Except for the desk.
Yeah, because the desk, even though the desk is cool because it's big and thick and chunky, it's still not wide enough. He's got like boxes holding up his fucking monitors. You notice that? Just like boxes.
Yeah, it's like without being able to see his receipts, you could tell where his money started and where it ended, and it ended at the desk.
I mean, I only spent $300 on my desk. Okay, so they're LG monitors.
It's like speakers first, then the monitors maybe, and then the Mac and the desk.
Man, I want to like it because there's so much good shit, but it's like a room where they store their shit and then they go in and they turn it on and what? Like he had to put papers underneath the fucking middle monitor to even it out with the bullshit that wouldn't fit on the edge of the No, Ian, no.
Well, Well, don't worry. This was just the doll piece. I put this for the bonus. I don't
Mac
think we
Pro
should vote on this one.
2019 Xeon CPU, 16 core. Oh, you've got fucking 12, 32 gigs of RAM. So if he had them put it in, he paid too fucking much. 2 Radeon Pro Vega dual SSDs, 2 8 terabytes displays, 3 43-inch 4K
Oh, right.
LG.
It's
Well, you
actually
said
bigger
4.
than I said.
Yeah, they're 43 4Ks.
So it's basically like a Barnacles thing.
I mean, Jerry's are bigger than 43, aren't they? I thought they were like 50.
Well, they are now, but before, yeah, just like I think they were 42s or something.
I don't know. And these are displays, so they probably cost more than a fucking set of TVs.
Mm.
I mean, and there's a sub with the box above it holding that monitor could fall off at any rumble. No, no, no. So yeah, it's gonna be a no for me, dog.
No. So yeah.
There's another subreddit I follow. Yes, no. Where it's like it's going so good and then something bad happens. And then this one, boner. This one probably smells like musty feet, or the workout setup probably next door. I mean, he could have did a little better job hiding this surge protector, I guess, and the wires just along the thing. But if it's in his basement, it's just the lights are out and there's just RGB everywhere. It probably looks dope as shit. So I can't front. Plus, I want to play VR right there.
And
so
then
it's
the
cool.
first one.
And then the first one is pretty cool if you like pink and purple, which I do.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I would. I don't know. I'd have to go for the first one.
Well, you're wrong. This one wins. So.
Oh, what did you say about this one?
Oh, this one wins.
I mean, what did you like about it?
I mean, earthing. Comfortable but ugly couch. Consoles hooked up with their own LEDs. And fucking oddly placed monitors that, they probably like and everyone else doesn't care about. Sennheiser headphones. Yeah. Okay, you want to move on to my shit?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, because we're taking too damn long. So my theme, unintentionally, I think is weeb, if I remember correctly.
By the way, I'll give you your thing.
Man your battle stations! Man your battle stations!
Station! I did the long one. I meant to just...
Station.
So this guy posted multiple pictures of his shit, but boy, there's a lot going on, man. What do you think?
Weeb Station.
I mean,
No,
like I read, I read a little bit about it. It's a dual setup because one of them, I think probably the smaller one, is just the streaming rig. So there's that. Then the fact he's got 3 fucking mice right there at the ready. And I keep saying he. I'm not assuming their gender. I'm just using it because an adjective is just easier that when it's 2 letters than they. Or sorry, a pronoun, right? Pronoun's the word I'm looking for. I don't know why I said adjective.
Mankind.
Anyway, but they've got multiple keyboards, I guess, just cause. And then they got those wooden wrist rests, one for their mice and one for their actual keyboard. And a lot of screens, which I like.
Yeah.
So me, dog.
You're gonna have to find a space for when you get your new monitor. You're gonna have to find a space for your 1080 monitor, right?
Well, I'm just going to take the 27-inch that's vertical and flip it. So instead of a 27-inch, I'll have a 34, and I'll put the 27-inch downstairs.
That's cool. But you want to get a curved one, right? You were saying.
I mean, if I get a new one, it'll pretty much have to be. Now here you go. Look at this. No?
Oh boy. What's
What?
that? What's that anime from?
Well, so this is actually a mashup. The main character is a girl that got bitten by a demon, so she's turned into a demon, and her brother is uh, running around with her, trying because she's still partially human, but he's running around with her trying to get her cured. So that's why her nails are sharp like that, and she has that bamboo stick in her mouth to keep her from biting anybody. But then they gave her a fucking cat tail and ears to make her cuter.
Oh.
I don't know why. But then they got RGB speakers, keyboard, all that good shit.
Yeah, what do you think about those kitty headphones that I sent you that one time?
I mean, sure. You saw the Linus video with the kitty headphones, right?
Yeah.
So, it's the same shit.
Are they doing a UV thing? I kind of figured that'd be a cool setup to search for is with UV lighting. Figured you would want to do that since you just did yours.
Oh,
Might be kind of hard to find, but I don't know.
Okay. Figured you dig this.
That's pretty nice.
Big ass TV, big ass monitor, tablet, big ass speakers.
Yeah. Got the blues.
Yeah. Or I think UV probably, but I got.
Oh, you think this one could be UV?
Well, because everything's purple. So.
Well, no. What on my screen it looks a little bit blue. I mean, there's purple areas by the towards the right, but
Yeah, I mean where the actual light is, where it's not reflecting off of stuff, it looks purple.
yeah.
Anyway, dog.
I like that one though.
Yeah, I figured you would. But I like this more.
Oh, is this the next one here?
Yeah.
What do you like about this one? Besides, it's similar to yours.
Well, the monitors are similar, except they did what I really wanted to do, which is get everything right up on each other. They got those Edifier studio monitors, which they're up a little high, but I mean they really don't have a lot of desk space, so I can't blame them.
Yeah.
They got a nice mouse pad mat thing. They put plants on top of the thing there. It was cool. They got the Google Home on the wall, and then their actual computer is one of those chassis where it's like I don't know if they custom did this, because I've seen them where they're like just one piece of metal that everything's screwed onto, and they're using this old 1080 with a fucking VGA right here. You see that?
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm pretty sure there's like an RGB somewhere that's casting light right there. I mean, it's so ridiculous. I like it. You don't like it?
I mean, I like it. Yeah.
I mean, it's different. It's not the same old shit.
Yeah.
So it's not entirely weed, but I mean, if you look at the wallpaper, it kind of is. It's got Japanese shit on it. And then I think that they're on their monitor is a former another post they did on their setup, or either that or something they were studying trying to copy. So I don't know, but
I can't wait to see all the setups that are going to be preparing my setup for Steampunk 2077.
oh, they were over there. I'm waiting for the getting ready for. We won't be able to find anything for the 2030s or 3080s because they'll be all getting ready for my next 3080.
Yeah, that's what it was. We did setups where it's getting ready for the 2080.
Right, RTX coming up. And then here's the Super Weeb right here.
Oh boy.
Weeb mousepad, Weeb sticker on the case, Weeb girls on both screens.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yep. With a fucking SD card on the table. Got a Blu-ray fucking player, or, drive. I mean, and I got the Biotech monitor, which is, El Cheapo, but pretty decent looking
Yeah.
for what it is.
So wait, you had 5 on here?
Yes, because I couldn't make up my mind. You had a bonus?
Alright.
I had. Shut up.
No, I just had a bonus. Well, which ones are we actually voting on?
Why not both?
I mean, okay, that's fine. I just want to make sure.
I mean, this one is cool, but I think we're going to just say there's not a whole lot to it because, I mean, big screens.
It is kind of basic, huh?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. And then these are more like this is crowded, but I get the feeling that there's not a lot of room available to them, but they're making it work. They got
For
stuff.
the first one.
That one.
Yeah.
That's probably your favorite.
You were saying. Sorry.
Oh, I mean, this one's crowded, but I feel like they're they got everything they need right there. They got their Switch. They got their computer. And they're making the fucking keyboard tray a drawer at this point. I'm sure I don't know where they're from, but if you don't have a lot of room, you can, if you don't care about anything but being able to come and play your fucking games, that's what that station's for. If you don't need an 8-foot desk,
Yeah.
and I'm pretty sure they got my keyboard because on the headphones, the plug there looks like it's my plug for my keyboard. That's real weird. Unless that's the plug for a Corsair headset, but I have no idea. I didn't read the thing about it. I was just like, oh, that looks cool. I'm gonna throw that in there because my whole theme was Weeb. And
That's what your theme was this week. Was Weeb? You did have a theme.
I said unintentionally. I just kept running across. I'm like, well, I guess I'll do that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is more put together than this.
But they did a lot. The small one though, they did a lot with what they had. That's what you were saying, right?
What, this one?
Yeah.
I mean, everything's within reach. I mean, really, they got the disk drive right there, so if you want to put a disk in, you can open it up. There it is. I mean, the SD cards are right there. I mean, I'm sure it looks messy, but they probably know right where everything is. I mean, this one's cool, but boy, those cables are unruly, and I'll bet plugging anything into that's scary as shit. Like, oh, my finger's gonna hit a fucking fan.
Right.
This one's like probably like the example of what if you set up a new station, what do you want your friends to see?
Right.
Oh yeah, here's my setup, man. Yeah. And then this right here is just showing off. This says I stream because they got another fucking system just to stream, and it's got a window on itself.
Yeah, I mean, I was probably gonna go with that one for my favorite.
Mm.
What are you thinking about going with then?
I mean, they're all damn good. I'm gonna go with the Tiny Weeb station because I mean, even though it's messy, I feel like I could play on that.
You could game on that.
Well, you turn the fucking lights off and the box is black. The keyboard lights up enough to see where the hell you're, got your fingers. That was another thing. I used my old keyboard. No, I used my wife's keyboard, and they don't light up, and I don't have any nubs to be able to feel which keys are what. Oh my God, you notice the difference. I kept hitting buttons going, why am I not moving? Oh. So, yeah. But anyway. But you're going with this one, huh?
Yeah. Just the
Okay.
most crazy. I guess I'm just going by what the craziness that's on your screen, you know?
Right, over the top.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
what did, what's the Reddit say?
Oh, I don't know. I closed out the actual pages.
God damn it. Alright.
Okay. Anyway, let's sneak in some stories because we've been at this for a minute.
Alright, so, let's do some. Yeah, nose for.
The news and shit. Okay, so SpaceX successfully launches 2 humans into orbit. Updated. This space program that we have in this country unites people. Period. Is that it?
Yeah.
Uh,
But do you,
I mean,
have you?
I re-
I'm sure you've read about it. I mean,
I heard them say that if they didn't get it done exactly when they were wanting it to happen, then they were going to have to reschedule it because the weather was not going to be permitting.
yeah. Well, I just thought I'd put this on there because to like kind of have, like
Yes.
in general, it seems like we're, yeah. Do you think it's like because of politics and stuff because that we're not? Because I mean, we went to the moon back in the '60s. I mean, we
It
probably
was
should have been on the moon, Mars a long time ago.
Well, the thing is, it was a race. We wanted to beat the fucking Russians. Then once we did, nobody gave a shit about it anymore.
Yeah.
And it's sad because now we gave up on beating anybody because we figure we're the best, and we've lost industry to other countries. So now they're just crying, "Well, buy American." No, give them a reason to. And if they would give the tech companies incentives and like, I mean, you can argue what the Obama administration did. They gave incentives to tech companies to try to bring jobs here and wind energy and shit like that. That's something that could pursue a future. And space, I mean, like like Elon Musk was saying, or was it Bezos? Who was putting the internet in satellites? I forget.
Uh. Yeah,
Which one was it? Which eccentric billionaire was it?
I forget. I mean,
But yeah, that's
was it
what we
Musk?
need. I can't remember, but yeah. So that's I mean, when I was a kid, I thought astronauts are cool. I wouldn't want to fucking be one, but it's cool. But
Yeah, it's just crazy because we're excited now because we're just sending 2 people into space to go to the International Space Station.
yeah, the Russians that we fucking beat. Anyway, they got a motel up there. Texas Instruments bans all ASM programs, games on TI-84 plus CE calculators.
Yeah, Linus, they did this on the Land show. They talked about this a little bit, and I just thought it was kind of sad because apparently there was like a whole community of people, being able to write assembly code or whatever for those calculators, and you could play Doom on them or whatever. And
I was just gonna say, the whoop, man, I opened the wrong tab. There's a whole subreddit called "It Runs Doom," which it tells you like things. Hey, this runs Doom and a calculator. You can play Doom on a calculator. But
yeah, but now
I mean, why did they ban it?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know if they mentioned a reason about it, but for it, but it's gonna be like a lot harder at least. So they're basically saying it's bricking your calculator or whatever after this update. You won't be able to, do custom shit on there anymore. And so basically, that it sucks because that shuts down a whole community of people, like that want to get into that type of stuff and it was a good learning resource basically. That's getting shut down now.
Now it's
unfortunately.
now it's going to become, now they got to go through the back door.
Yeah.
So, okay, good eye on you. After didn't they invent the fucking 84 in like 84? I mean, now they're cracking down on it. Really, were they afraid people were going to put Grand Theft Auto on there?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, basically be like them like being like, oh, you can only put official stuff on the Raspberry Pi or something. I mean, like it's just gonna hurt people. Not being able to do
Right.
anything or learn stuff. I mean,
Right. You can't say I started on a calculator. Nope. So is this the thing Linus was talking about? PS5 SSD.
yeah. Why is your screen flipped around?
Flipped around.
Or it's flipped horizontally?
No.
It would. Huh, that's weird. When I was, capturing your window that you're showing for the OBS, and I had to go in and flip horizontally in OBS for some reason.
That's odd.
Yeah.
So what's up with this? Because I started to watch it, and I was like, "Oh, Linus is apologizing. Fuck that."
Well, I sent it to you so you could read up about it.
Nah.
But well, do you know what's going on with the PlayStation 5?
Nope.
What do you
Don't
know
care.
about it so far?
Nope. Don't care.
I guess this kind of is a Doug article because he's the Sony pony.
Yes.
But basically they're gonna have an SSD in there that's supposed to be better than anything out there that you could buy for the PC now. And Linus did
He
on
ran
their
his mouth.
what?
He ran his mouth, and then he said he put his foot in it, basically.
Yeah. Let me go to the Reddit or the forum that I linked to, but yeah, he was basically, he was, I guess he misquoted the CEO of Epic, which I don't know if you watched that.
I saw he's
Unreal
like,
5
he
engine
never said
demo.
it'd be the fastest. He said
All
it'd be the best in class.
Yeah,
Who
basically.
gives fine fuck? Who gives a shit? I don't care. It's fucking PlayStation. I don't care. I haven't cared about PlayStation since the PlayStation 2. Don't care. The controllers suck. I kind of wanted one because you could have a Blu-ray player and play games, but I'm like, I'm not gonna buy the fucking games for PlayStation 2. Whatever.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, well, at least he admitted he was wrong. I don't care. Who gives a flying shit?
Yeah, Epic Games CEO Tim Sweeney recently stated that the upcoming PlayStation 5 will feature a storage architecture far ahead of anything you can buy on anything on PC for any amount of money right now. Linus initially attacked Sweeney's statement, citing his existing SSDs with faster read-write speeds. In the video, Linus explains how he misunderstood Sweeney's statement, apologizing for spreading misinformation, and discusses some of the cool tech that makes the PS5 truly exciting for gamers of all stripes. And so basically, I guess the SSDs on the PlayStation 5 could do like, I think it's like 9 gigabytes a second, or even like up to 20 or something. And then from what I watched on his stream, he was saying that there's this SSD that has faster read write speeds, but I guess they have like some kind of special chip in the PlayStation 5 that like interacts with the SSD faster. That they have something custom in there, so I guess the Sweeney guy was offended that Linus said it's because he's misquoting him. It's not. It's there. You could technically find faster read-write speeds, but they have it working somehow better. I don't know.
Don't give a fuck. Anyway.
But I mean, my whole thing though is play. This is Epic. I mean, they're going to be making games for it, but I mean, Sony themselves were making it out to be like this is the fastest thing that you could get that you're not going to be able to get. It's going to be far ahead of anything you could get for the computer. So I mean, they're basically saying that it's faster,
Yeah, but whenever the shit goes live, there'll be those fucking slow-mo guys with the cameras that like at Linus and shit going, okay, and 3 milliseconds slower, so who gives a shit? Look at the alien, it's blurry.
Well, like when you go for an SSD or an NVMe or whatever, you read that's what you basically gets you to buy it, is like that's what you're paying for, right? Is the read write.
Well, how much is that marketing blurb and how much is real world noticeable difference? Because like people are like, oh, you got to have the Gen 4 NVMe. If you're coming from a mechanical hard drive, are you gonna notice the difference?
Well, for mechanical, obviously, yeah.
Well, I mean, from mechanical to either one, and then you get the two back to back. Can you tell the difference? It's like when Linus sets up those monitors, and one's at 144, one's at 240. You're like, the human eye can only see 30 frames.
Right. Well, you're basically saying like a lot of those, like the Crystal Disk Mark or whatever, and like a lot of graphics benchmarks, a lot of those aren't like exactly real world cases, right?
Yeah, because they're benchmarks, and benchmarks can be fake too, by the way, which is what AMD and Intel and even fucking Volkswagen like got in trouble for faking, shit to get approval. So numbers on a, blurb aren't anything to me. I want to see real world shit.
Yeah, and I don't know, did you watch, I forget, what did you say? Did you watch that Unreal Engine 5 demo?
No. Nope.
Oh, okay, because they had a lot of ray tracing in there, and a lot of it is like, it's basically a commercial. That's what people are forgetting about that. It's basically, a lot of these tech demos are commercials for developers and stuff.
It's what it could look like. They're going to show the best of the best, but that's not what the fuck you're going to get. Remember when they, always show the tech demo of a game, and then the game really comes out?
Yeah.
So, no.
It's basically just what could be possible theoretically with, it's basically just a tool set for the developers to use, and it's definitely not going to be what the first games of the PS5 is going to look like.
Right. Remember when the demo for Anthem came out, and then it came out that it was playing on two 1080s and SLI?
Mm-hmm.
So, anyway, I'm done talking about it. It's giving it more thought than my brain actually gives a shit to even pretend to care about. I don't fucking care about the PS5.
I thought you would just like it because it'd be a chance to hate on them.
I don't know if Doug's going to be able to afford a PS5 because aren't they going to be stupid expensive?
Yeah, it's basically going to be, like $600 or something.
Yeah, I mean, he'll defend it to the death, but I don't think even he'll get one, and he's a fucking fanboy.
Yeah. Well, the thing that pissed me off, too, which I thought you would have something to say about, is Linus actually said on his video that the PC is basically going to be the bottom of the barrel for the next generation.
I didn't watch the whole video. I saw he was apologizing. I said, I don't give a shit.
Dude, somebody must have... I don't know if I want to say he must have been paid off, or somebody must have... I mean, it's a very weird video for him to say stuff like that.
At the beginning of the video, he said fanboys went after him, and I'm sure his his fans were blowing up his comments, and he got tired of hearing it, so he decided to make a video to address it. Just like Tech Syndicate did shit to comment on the drama because they got tired of everybody coming back and talking about it on the forums. Anyway, done talking about it. Don't give a shit. So what did Sony do other than that horrible, waste of 10 minutes? Fine $2.4 million over illegal return policy. Australians they just got returns on 76, which I thought was ridiculous because we just had a free weekend recently, so I don't understand.
Well, 4 PlayStation users in Australia contacted Sony Europe believing that their downloaded games were faulty. Sony told these customers that the company did not have to refund them once a game was downloaded or after 14 days had passed. That goes against the rights outlined in the country's Australian consumer law. And now Sony Europe must pay a fine of $2.4 million. Oh, boo-hoo. Sony told one of these 4 customers that they would have to request a refund from the game's publisher rather than Sony itself. Furthermore, it told a 5th customer that it would only refund them in virtual PlayStation Network credit rather than money. Between 2017 and 2019, Sony Europe's terms of service implied that consumers had no guaranteed recourse regarding the quality, functionality, completeness, accuracy, or performance of the software they downloaded.
Wow, so between 2017 and 2019, they told 5 people to piss off?
Yeah.
And it cost them $2.4 million?
Yeah.
Woo. I mean, and all things considered, I mean, that would be good. But apparently those Aussies don't put up with that shit.
Yeah. Well, and I say boohoo to $2.4 million because, I mean, really, that's like Google, finding Google,
Yeah.
I mean, if that was $1 billion, that'd be a different story. They'd be like, oh, shit.
Right. Hold on. Hold, please. Valve has allowed racist bots to invade Team Fortress 2. Oh, no.
Yeah, I was going to say, I know this is we're talking about PlayStation here, but we'll get into something you actually do care about, which is the Steam. They're they put out games that you do like, so
I mean,
they're not innocent.
Oh, fuck. Now I can't scroll, so these bad words are going to be on my screen. Still there?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know why it's hanging up. Let me open Task Manager and close out some instances of...
What, do you want me to just start reading a little bit while you're doing that?
Oh, no, I can scroll. Go ahead.
For the past 2 months, Team Fortress 2 has been under attack by a horde of racist, homophobic, sexist, pornographic, and generally bigoted robots. The bots appear in nearly every match, spewing hate speech in the chat, using cheats to automatically secure headshots, and taking advantage of cosmetic exploits to disrupt gameplay for all the actual players. Frustrated fans have been posting about the invasion in the TF2 Steam forums and on Reddit, Twitter, and YouTube. Valve, the company that created TF2 and Steam, has responded with silence. I would describe it as disastrous, longtime TF2 player Jason Hughes said. There have been literally hundreds of threads on the Steam forums and numerous YouTube videos about it, and many other people have sent messages to Steam support and received robotic responses asking us to post on the Steam forums and report the individual accounts. That has accomplished nothing. Yeah, and other games like from Activision have made headlines by taking action or active measures to remove racism, sexism, and homophobic speech from their online communities. Like finally, Call of Duty has finally started doing thing because they're people on the voice chat would be swearing racist shit all the time.
I mean, really, gaming in general. I guess a lot of people, the audiences are toxic.
Yeah.
I was afraid of that when I joined the Fallout 76 community. Honestly, though, they've been the most welcoming, friendly bunch I've ever met. Everybody genuinely goes, "Hey, man," and they give you all kinds of free shit. Even I've had people accidentally blow up my house. They come up and say, "Hey, man, I'm sorry. Here's some shit."
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sure the Fallout people are pretty good, but like the Call of Duty that they're like one of the worst offenders for that type of shit. Especially with like younger kids on there, and people
Oh,
are
yeah.
basically like, well, I guess it just took them 10 years to crack down on it.
I mean, one of my buddies, he said his teenage son had a game where all you're doing is racing, cars, and the fucking rednecks are saying all this loud, racist, dirty shit. And he's like, "What the fuck, guys? We're just racing cars. There's no people in the thing."
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's awful. It needs to get cleaned up or policed somehow. I mean, Bethesda gave they expected more PvP. That's why they gave you the ability to nuke. They figured people would nuke each other's camps. They really don't. People don't grieve. It's I don't know. I would like better from a Steam thing because a lot of people like CS:GO is a huge thing still.
Yeah.
I don't know how Fortnite is.
Fortnite, I thought it could be kind of bad sometimes, but I thought it wasn't too bad.
I mean, a lot of kids play it, so I mean, parents wouldn't support it if it was bad. But well, I don't know.
Right.
And I know I skipped over your video of the week. I'm gonna get back to that, but you got a what the fuck story here?
Yeah. Well, it's a good transition because I was gonna say, I mean, it's good. A lot of these video game companies are, especially now with the Black Lives Matter. It's good that they're cracking down on this. But I was gonna say a lot of company. I've heard people talking about this too. A lot of companies are just jumping on the Black Lives Matter thing and trying to put out heartfelt messages. Except that a lot of companies really don't care, and they're just doing it to protect their image.
You totally froze there till just now.
Oh. Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Oh, I was gonna say a lot of these companies are doing their like on their social medias and stuff, and they're all saying we support Black Lives Matter and stuff. That even though they really don't care, and they're just they're just trying to jump on the bandwagon so that they're protecting their image and people buy their shit.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was seeing a lot of discussions on people saying that about how companies they really don't care about that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
The way you could tell if a company really supports it if they're actually like donating to those causes and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Even then, it's like hard, it's just writing a check, so it's kind of really hard to tell where people's morals are that own these companies.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like Hobby Lobby and Chick-fil-A, you could love the product, but boy, they're fucking assholes.
Yes.
So
there's definitely a difference there where it's like you could appreciate somebody's product even though they're a terrible person, I guess.
U.S. cop hits Australian cameraman live on national television.
Yeah.
You heard us yelling that we were media, but they don't care.
Yeah, Ben, I invited Ben to come on the show earlier. He actually popped in before you came on, and we were talking about this a little bit. He had to, he had a date night with Solange, but there was this case, and then I don't know if you read, there was a, like that CNN guy got
Get arrested
got-
on the air.
Yeah. So it's crazy how the police have been reacting to this, huh?
It's sad. I mean, I'm trying not to get political, although I'm a very opinionated and strong political man on this. It's just, that's not what our format's about.
Right.
But in this instance,
well,
when
this is
it's
from AR to Technica or whatever. So
yeah, and like NPR had their whole thing about it, and it's just it's bleeding over into everything. I seriously have friends that their Facebook thing is, "Why make it about race? Why not just say it's bad when a cop kills a man?" And I'm like, because it's been since the fucking '60s that it's been obvious that it's been protests and riots, and nothing's changed. Because people make the assumption, oh, Martin Luther King didn't riot, and they killed him too. So,
yeah,
I mean, it's
and he didn't even say by any means necessary
that was Malcolm
or Malcolm.
X. They were totally polar opposites, but at the end of their lives, both of them kind of seemed to flip. So,
Well, he basically said if it comes to that, but he would rather you take the peaceful route first.
yeah, I mean, it's
But I mean, it's just crazy because like me and Ben were talking about too, that there was actually been some cops that have been dressed up as rioters and trying to like break shit and start shit.
Or people from out of state, which makes why because they're racist.
There was actually white people out of state that were doing the rioting and stuff.
I don't know. Strange times we live in. I'll say that. It's the only thing I can say that it's gonna be true.
All this shit going on during a pandemic is crazy. You don't need this shit,
Right. So what's Jay doing in your video of the week? Video of the week.
It's not hide and seek. It's the video of the week.
Sorry, I missed that. So
It's so goofy. You gotta love it.
yeah, video of the week.
So what's he talking about here?
Well, I thought I'd go back to this because I mean, there's a lot of shit happened since we've been gone.
Uh-huh.
And this was
this is a two-parter too.
it's a two-parter, but I mean it's kind of lumped together.
I'm gonna throw in the other one and do a frame that from that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Could you go to a frame where the shit is squirting out?
That's what I'm looking for. Hold up. As they're wiping it down. He's basically like, once you tape the ever-loving shit out of it,
Yeah.
and then torque it down, it's not so bad.
Yeah. There is using that gasket maker, which I didn't even know they made that shit.
I mean, there's my pump, my reservoir. I think. Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, this originally started with Major Hardware, which me and Frank we've been sort of discussing. Like some of his videos. I don't know if have you been watching Major Hardware's videos for a while or?
I started when he was because he did a lot of stuff with fans.
Yeah, he's has a very unique take on things. A lot of like Jay and Linus they really haven't done because he's done air cooling in a water loop, which is basically high pressure air going through your water loop, and he was actually able to cool things down that way. And then he did like a water cooling through the heat pipes of an air cooler or whatever, So and then he liquid cooled or AIO cooled an AIO cooler.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he's done like different 3D printed fan designs, and he does like a lot of 3D printing shit on his channel, testing and everything.
Right. He tried, like, he did what was it, a bunch of itty bitty, like less than 80 millimeter fans,
Yeah.
like put together, see if it would work as well as one big fan. He
And
took
then
a 40 and he put like a 200 millimeter fan on it or something.
yeah. And then he
But
did
yeah,
rigid soft tubing, like skeleton or whatever, with the LEDs on it.
yeah, he's got a lot of stuff on his channel. His latest thing is he bought a Corsair block and he highlighted basically that the block only have 3 screws instead of a middle screw, and they can flex and start leaking. Linus is even start leaking, but I think that was at the fittings. I don't think that was at the actual spot where everyone else's is leaking.
Right. And I had messaged Frank, like, I think in a lot of the comments where he's kind of being a Corsair shill here, because he's like, I'm not going to make excuses for him, but he goes on to make an excuse. Because he's basically saying it's not gonna affect you in a normal use case, because for him he was really having to pull on it, whereas other people like Major Hardware and some of the other comments I've seen, people are saying it just has been leaking, just sitting there vertically or whatever, or dripping, which that's it's not squirting out, but even just dripping is really bad.
Right. If it's vertical and right over a power supply,
Yeah.
that's no bueno.
So, I mean, he must have won the lottery. He must have gotten a pretty decent thing there. And he was kind of having to pull on it pretty hard. But in the next video, he uses this. It's like a gasket maker or whatever, because he was gonna try to. He's putting tape on there and then trying thicker O-rings, which he had to resort to the gasket maker, like putty or whatever he put on there, and that had actually worked for him. So I don't know.
Well, I mean, it's interesting shit and it's topical, but I mean, just because of the design, as soon as I saw that there wasn't a screw in the middle, there was just the 2 on the sides, I'm like, oh, so that's not as sturdy. The only thing about the block that I liked was that there's a built-in flow, what the hell is this? Flow meter, flow thing.
Indicator.
Yeah, just a little wheel that spins, like that's got water flowing in it. And that they put the pads already on it. You don't have to add them. I think that's cool.
Right.
But otherwise, the design's kind of meh. I mean, plastic and aluminum, but whatever.
Well, you didn't go with one because you wanted everything to be Aura Sync, and I guess I didn't know, but a lot of these different brands of water blocks, I guess they go with their own software for their RGB or whatever.
If they're Corsair's pretty proprietary. EK really is just like whatever
They're
you
kind
can
of universal.
Yeah. I don't know. I think that you can buy the EVGA, like the Copper X or whatever the hell whatever the liquid. I don't know, whatever the one that is for the EK 2080 that's liquid cooled, hydro copper or whatever. You can buy that and just put it on a block. I think you're only supposed to do with the EVGA or the the what is it, Founder Series.
Yeah.
So you might as well just fucking buy it from them anyway. I think that probably will use the proprietary RGB, but I think the EK ones and like the Fantex ones, I think those are just whatever. Now, plus I didn't do it because it took me 2 months with just cooling the CPU. Let me walk before I can run.
Oh, well, you haven't done. I should clarify. You didn't do your GPU yet, but you would stick with the EK one to, for when you do decide to water cool your GPU.
I want it to be I would like it to be AuraSync compatible. If not, it really depends on what fair trade-offs I have.
Well, how do these connect to the RGB? Is it just a header? Because usually headers should be kind of universal, I would think.
You don't have any Corsair shit. Corsair shit next to RGB just to get the signal, and then all the boxes and controllers have their own bullshit.
Well, their boxes are proprietary, but I mean, like, how do you go from the GPU? Is that just a header on their block there, or?
Hold on. I think you have to connect to their. I don't think you connect it to RGB. I think you connect it to the USB. Because they have so many. They have a Commander Pro. They have a fucking Node.
Yeah.
See. Of course, it's not fucking. Zoom enhance. Hold on. Zoom enhance. But yeah. Oh come on! I can't. Hold on. Back. Close. Okay. It's gonna make me pull the stupid page up. Okay. Anyway. Whoa. See how this is an addressable connection?
Yeah.
And they got their proprietary bullshit.
Well, yeah, I would like to point out that, like, because I've watched other videos of getting, like proprietary shit to work with other things, because a lot of times the only thing that makes them proprietary is, like where the actual pins go on their thing, because like the Asus one is, they have like a space for some reason between there's 2 pins and then there's a third pin with the space, so it's like a 4-pin. Right? That's how it goes on the motherboard, at least, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm just basically saying, like, the physical connection is the only difference. If you have the pins going to where they're supposed to be, then it, like, if you can get like an adapter or whatever, then it doesn't really matter.
I'd have to ask Floyd, because he just did all of his shit with Corsair.
Yeah.
And he was asking me, and I said, dude, you're going to have to look that shit up. I have no fucking idea. Because I like Corsair. Like, I've got their keyboard. But no. No.
Well, I was actually thinking about making, like, a couple cables that have, like, the pin things, like, like, split from each other, so that you could just... you could arrange the pins however you wanted, so it's more of like a universal thing then.
Hold
on. Where each wire just has a pin on the end.
Hold up. Here's a pinout guide.
Yeah.
5-volt data and ground.
Yeah, but then on the Asus ones, they, like I said, they have a space, like a blank one in between on the one side or whatever. You gotta keep our shit proprietary.
Yeah, I mean, everyone's got to do it because they want you to buy all their shit. Which, if you're doing
it makes sense.
I mean, if you're doing it, if you're a fanboy, sure. But a lot of people aren't made of fucking money, and they don't want to think that extra shit out. They want to just buy it, plug it in, and go.
Well, it's usually costs a lot more money to go with all one thing versus going with different brands depending on the money,
This dude had to make a fucking flow sheet here to, like, he has an AIO and 4 fans. So he's like, you got to get a Commander Pro, a fucking Node.
Yeah, that was always kind of confusing.
Look at this.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Commander Pro and other Commander Pro? Well, because you got to have a fan hub, you got to have a USB hub, and then you got to have some other bullshit.
Well, you see, I like the thing that you had gotten, because you sent me the link for the one that you got. It was just basically a hub with a SATA power. I mean, that's right?
Yes, both of my.
That's basically the thing that. I mean, the main reason for having a hub like that with the power is because you got to watch out with a lot of those headers on your motherboard only support so much amperage
Yeah.
or voltage or whatever, right?
Yeah, so you want to be able to, provide enough power, because if you don't, you'll either overload something, or not all your shit will light up at best.
Yeah. Hopefully it's the former, but you don't want to risk it. But whereas with that Corsair shield, like you were just showing, you got to go from the commander to the node, and it's just crazy confusing. Whereas with the Aces, you could just get a hub or whatever.
Right.
It's basically just like a glorified splitter or daisy chainer or whatever.
I'll pull it up here in a second. Where's the other one at? I'm looking at my orders.
The only thing I was confused about is there wasn't like an actual like in thing, which I guess we were saying that you could probably I think you just plug in, you just use up one of the ports to go to your motherboard, kind of
Yes.
like a router switch or whatever.
Well, I took the cover off. There was a guy on Amazon who reviewed it, and he showed that if you take the cover off of one of them, it shows you, but it's not written on the outside. You have to take the cover off to fucking read it. And I was using a screenshot of that, but it still didn't work for me. So I opened it up, and I found out I had, when it goes around, it flips, and I had them backwards because of that. So anyway. Zoom enhance. So here's the Firebolt was actually easier because it literally didn't, like, it was clear, so you could see what was what, which makes sense. 5 volt, and you plug in SATA on one end. Really, a switch, because like it's the same thing as if you have an audio switch for like a. Say you've got 2 different sources you want to switch from one to the other.
Yeah.
Well, you've got 2 ins, 2 outs, or whatever, and a button. It doesn't fucking matter which one. Just plug it in, and it should figure it out. This is kind of similar. You plug in your power, and then one of your, because your motherboard's putting out RGB signal to somewhere. If it goes from it's only 5 volts. The wires don't care. My wiring in my Chevy 6 volt, but it'll take 12. It doesn't care. As long as the fuses and everything, match. It's not that big of a difference. I mean, 12 volt will fry this fucking thing, don't get me wrong, but...
Yeah, this isn't for 12 volt.
No, this is the 5 volt addressable. Now, it was good because, like, I almost bought the one that had the ROG logo put on it. I'm like, that's so not by Asus. It's some fucking Chinese company. I don't even know if this is still available. Let's see. Is it? Oh, it's still available. I think it might have went up since I bought it. But this other one.
But just to reiterate, though, you're saying that's basically just like if you had like say if there was only 2 plugs on there or whatever, it'd just be basically like a Y splitter that you're wiring up to go from 1 to the 2. Right?
Well, it's just a Y splitter, but it's powered.
Yeah, it's a Y splitter with a bunch of them on there and the power.
Yeah, well, there are guys. You can buy just a hub like this without the SATA power.
I wouldn't do that shit on a motherboard.
I mean, they sell them though. They have ones that are just like 12 ports with no fucking and guys are like, yeah, I've got more SATA or more ports for my strips. I'm like, you're either gonna draw all the power and fry it, or the best case scenario, your strip's only gonna light up halfway. I only had 2 strips. 2 of my strips wouldn't light up when they were connected, which bummed me out because my Halos have to connect to that because they're proprietary. So I couldn't use 4 things. But like you saw, I have no problem lighting up my fucking tower.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It's just like I was reading a thing where it's like, like you can get splitters for fans, but you got to be careful because even if it's under the voltage, they're still technically going to have a spike voltage, which could be higher than the maximum thing. Like when you start the thing up or whatever, when you turn the system on, it could overload it just from the start up.
Right. Now, see, can you see this?
Yeah.
the guy's like, yeah, I don't know why you have to take the cover off because there's no writing on the outside, but I didn't realize where the 12-volt ground is on this side. It's mirrored on this side. So like, see how it's on right where my mouse is here.
Yeah.
Um, that's the 12-volt over here. It's on this side. So I didn't realize. I thought it was just the fucking top at all, but nope. So I had one or two. I had a couple. I had the in plugged in wrong, I think, and then and also I plugged in them. I turned it on, and I'm like, why? Like I filled everything up, and I said, while I have it sitting here, I was about to drain it and move it. I said, let me turn all the lights on while I have water in this thing, and I can let it run for a second. Just before I waste time taking it over there and then turning everything on when it's full, and then have to fuck with it. Which I'm glad, because technically the water sits. I have to get a longer hose because I have to pick it up to lean it to drain it. It's up too high where it sits. But anyway,
Yeah.
so this I was like, why aren't any of my lights coming on for the 12 volt? The addressable's coming on. 12 volt wasn't connected to the header of the fucking RGB on the motherboard. It came loose at some point.
Oh, jeez.
So luckily, I didn't have my radiator screwed down. I was able to just pull it up and go, oh, I pulled it in, dropped the radiator back down, screwed it back down with, however many screws, and I was done.
Yeah.
Rolling. And this is, I don't have near as many fans as this guy off of it. Well, or do I? No, he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's got 7. I have 6, 7. I might. I'd have to look because I've got splitters. But yeah, it works.
You got splitters for how you doing all your fans in there?
My front fans have their own hub too because they're deep cool. So one wire coming from the hub to their hub. Because
it's a PMW hub or whatever.
Yeah, and I have 2 headers on my board, and the bottom one goes to my pump RGB, but the cable they give you isn't long enough to go behind to the back of the case and to the hub where I have it. So I was like, I'll just connect it to the bottom, and then the top is where the hub is connected. So everything has to go to that hub before it forks off. And I also could have hooked another fan. I could have had 4 fans in the front with the deep cool, but I didn't.
Well, are you doing a push-pull? Because that's what I'm doing with my rad. It's a thick boy now with fans on both sides, man.
Yeah, no, I don't have room for that with the reservoir now, no. Because the reservoir pump takes up a lot of room. With just fans, I'm millimeters away from the reservoir.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, I can't stick a pencil in between them. It will do. When I started this up, I moved everything. I was like, oh, there's a cable. I already put the back on it and put the back panel cover. I was like, oh, here's a proprietary RGB cable. Like, that come off of? Because all my strips are on there that I'm using, and I disconnected the ones that weren't going to work. So I was like, well, I said, I'll just fucking leave that there because I can't tell what it's off of, and I don't feel like taking the back off. And I forgot about it. No, I moved the tower. I started up, and it got caught in the fan. I'm like, what the fuck? I thought it was the LEDs because I told you the cables for them are long as shit, and I stuffed them down in the front of the case around the radiator, and I thought they might have gotten the fan. No, it was that fucking cable over the top I forgot about. Anyway.
Yeah. But yeah, you can do fan splitters for just a fan header, but I think I read somewhere you definitely don't want to do more than 3. Like if you get like a 3-way fan splitter and then.
Anyway, enough rambling. Going on. My video.
That would be. Did you have any more thoughts about that? Because like I just think it's. I just hope that they take some of the design advice from, like if Jay was trying to give him advice because he had like a close connection with Corsair and he said he was talking to him about it. I don't know. And Major Hardware said some stuff. I just hope that they decide to fix that shit.
Yeah, I mean, it sucks. I'm not going to bite either way. So,
Well, did you have a video of the week and then you go back to your news then?
well, yes.
Okay.
This, even though it's not straight from YouTube, watch this modder create his own RGB heat spreaders for a kit of G-Skill RAM. It was from Reddit, but it's still a video.
Now,
And
what is it? It's an RGB what?
I made my own aluminum RGB light bars for my Trident Z Neo memory kit. So yeah, see?
So he took the RGB out of it that was in there, or is he adding more RGB too?
Alright, hold on. Okay. G-Skill. He's using aluminum, making the he made his own aluminum RGB light bars. So I'm guessing I don't know. Like,
Because don't they already have heat spreaders on them, or does he just replace them and making them out of better material then?
yeah, I mean, he made it out of aluminum. Here, hold on. Here he is dumping it in a tank. Okay. I don't know if those are his or the originals or both, but I mean, he took them off and made them out of aluminum. You know, I've seen guys like they sell for shitty RAM. You can buy a heat spreader that's got basically an RGB on a cable.
Mm.
Make it RGB instead of buying RGB RAM, but I'd have to watch the whole thing and read it. Let's see. If only I had a CNC machine CAD skills, I might try my hand at modding instead, as Redditor user Mikey Roll did. In a video post over the weekend, the talented modder showed off his latest creation, a custom set of RGB heat spreaders for a kit of Trident Z RAM. Painstaking process of time frame. 3D schematics, a large chunk of aluminum. I mean,
So, that's what they look like, huh? So is it
more
instead of buying some Royal Trident Z, kind of just making his own, huh?
I mean, not really. Like here, most recently he made an aluminum CPU water block by hand, which he described as a fun Sunday afternoon project.
Mm.
So, I mean, I don't know. He's modding, but he's using CNC machines and making his own shit. So,
Yeah, I mean, a lot of that stuff is cool. I don't understand why you would want to do custom stuff, because like I see, like with the water blocks or the distribution plates. I see. What's that one guy that does a lot of that type of stuff?
I don't know.
I forget it. He had like a lot of CNC shit he does, but a lot of that just seems like it's reinventing the wheel.
Yeah. Anyway, on to the news.
All right.
Google faces $5 billion lawsuit in U.S. for tracking private internet use.
Huh.
Whoops. I mean, I don't see why people are still upset. They're in your pocket. They know where you are.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So they're getting sued for being Google.
Right. They took away the "Don't be evil." They didn't fucking just do that because. Hold on. Since you're talking about the rioters and protesters,
Oh boy.
Apple Store looters can't use stolen gadgets. Safeguards already in place.
Yeah, I saw a thing where they're saying the iPhone's gonna they'll have it set up where the iPhone said they're gonna be locked out of it or whatever, and they'll get a warning message saying that you're being tracked now.
I mean, like, do they think fucking Apple didn't put fucking like they don't keep track of the IMEI numbers of the shit that they got? I mean, at best they could use a keyboard. I mean,
Yeah,
It,
iPhone looters find devices disabled with a warning they're being tracked.
yeah. So, I mean, I just can't. The thieves thought they outsmarted Apple, but they really did not.
Yeah, I mean, I know, like you would always hear those people that are like conspiracy theorists that are being like, I don't trust going to hospital because they're gonna chip me so they can track me wherever I go, and it's like, dude, they don't need that stuff, man.
Right. I was
Yeah,
telling
not
someone at work today that, when you watch the traffic, they don't actually know how many cars are on the road. They go by how many phones.
yeah.
There's a bunch of phones in this area. So, anyway,
Yeah, being chipped, that'd be an actually more costly, less effective way
right,
nowadays. You know?
right. No, I don't want to get your mind control device. I'll buy my own.
Yeah.
Yeah, $1,000 for it. AMD's Lisa Su cites shifts in thinking about U.S. semiconductor manufacturing. While the U.S. semiconductor industry has long sought greater federal support, the AMD CEO said there's new awareness now of the significance of the industry and creating secure supply chains. So there's that.
Yeah. So we
It's
were
kind of a
talking.
long.
So they decided not to do give legacy support for like the second gen of the Threadripper because I guess so after an uproar of them not supporting the 6X670 or whatever the on a 470 board or whatever, people got mad and they were like, okay, we'll change this stuff in the BIOS. So you just won't be able to have a first gen or whatever on there then.
Yeah.
Because I guess there's
Well,
not enough room in the BIOS to support all that for some reason. I'm not sure
well,
how it works, but
the other thing is with they promised backwards compatibility with Ryzen. They didn't say Threadripper because Threadripper wasn't even supposed to. It's an abomination before God that wasn't even supposed to exist at all.
oh
And
really?
well, don't you remember? It was glued together chips,
Yeah, chiplets.
but which is true. But when you upgrade something that's already an obscene mess, like the second gen, they're like, you can run it on a first gen board, but it might fucking overheat like a son of a bitch. And then second gen, technically my board I think is second gen. I don't know, but anyway, or at least it'll handle it. Um,
Well, you
third gen,
do have a newer processor than your the
yeah.
platform is newer processor than your actual board is, right?
I mean, they're both X 399.
Oh, see, I thought since yours was you used to have a 1900X or whatever, right? And now you have a 2950X.
Yes,
I thought that was technically 499 then.
no. There is no 499. It
Okay.
goes X 399, just like how there's 299 with Intel.
Right.
The X 399 is the first and second gen Threadripper, and then the third gen is a T. I always get this fucking backwards. Hold on.
Yeah, they make the Threadripper kind of confusing with their platform.
Well, because it was originally TR. They also called it TR4 because that's the socket Threadripper
Yeah.
4. Because like AM4 or whatever.
Right.
It's TX. I think it's TXR40. Hold on. Let me look real quick. Hold on. Yes. TXR40. Hold on. Ryzen Threadripper 3rd Gen. Yeah, TRX40. Okay.
That's what you can buy now, right?
Yes.
What's going to be the stuff coming out now? After that going to be called then?
Either something totally different or just the second gen of that. 4th gen. I don't know.
Yeah, because for Ryzen that would be X670. That's not going to be that is supported on the 4th the X470, I guess, which is that's what people wanted.
Because also with third gen, the naming scheme lines up with regular Ryzen because you got the 2950. I think is the first. No, is it the 50 or the 2990 or the 3950 or the 3990?
Oh,
Which one's
the 3570 that's their 24 core Threadripper, I believe, and then the 2980, I think, is the 32. What's the 32 core? Because the 3990, I think, is a 64.
Hold on, I don't fucking even know. Here, hold on. List Ryzen processors. Threadripper. Okay, we had the 1900, 1920, 1950. And then we had, with Ryzen 5, we had 2920, 2950, 2970, 2990. And then with Ryzen 3, 5, we had the Ryzen 7 Enthusiast. See,
Yeah,
you
they had to
got,
offset it because I have the 3950, which is just a regular Ryzen, so they have to offset that.
you have the Enthusiast.
Yeah.
Because look, they went from just performance and high end, like very beginning it was entry level mainstream. There was still performance, but and Threadripper. Now there's more Threadripper SKUs because here there's 4. The first batch there was 3, and then the new batch there's 3.
So
Which
what
is
are the 3000 series Threadripper then?
3960, 3970, and 3990.
Okay. So is the 70, that's the 32 core then, right?
The 70 is 32. The 3960 is the 24, and then the 3990 is 64. And then
all those are ridiculously expensive right now.
yeah, the launch price of the 3990, which is the 64 core, is $3,990.
Oh my god!
Which, the damn the 24 core starts at $1399, which
Oh, Jesus Christ.
right at launch the second gen 32 core was $1799. It's still only going for like $12 or $13.99 now. So I was like, I'm not getting the 30. I wanted the 32 just because it's ludicrous.
Yeah.
But
what did you pay for yours?
like $400.
You pay for what? I paid like the Threadripper tax without getting a Threadripper because I paid like $700 for mine.
Out the butt.
Yeah.
Where'd you buy it? Micro Center?
No, I got it. I forget where I got it from. It was either in Micro Center or Newegg.
Oh wow, Micro Center doesn't even have the second gen anymore. They must have sold all of them. They got the 3960, which is the 24 core, is on sale for $1349, normally $1399. And then this is the what core? The fucking Castle and Peak 32 core is $1849, and then the 64 core is $3449. But yeah, I gave $399 for mine.
Yeah, that's a good price considering how fast it goes,
Right. Like let's see if a bundle for that. Where the hell is? Because this is the shit that's not available in stock, but they still list it on their site. Let me see if I can find the my chip. Oh, I don't even see it. Hold on.
I mean, I paid a lot for mine, but I'm still pretty happy with this since I got the PCI 4 on there.
Yeah, I just have a shit ton of PCI lanes. Anyway, moving on.
So they're basically what you're saying with this article is this is just
They're
like a general kind of thing. They're
long-term goals for manufacturing. I don't care at this point.
Well, I mean, other than like, did they mention like, because they're already at the 7 nanometer, are they talking about going down to like the 5 or the?
She was talking about U.S. production. I don't know if it was about the scope of the actual abilities or if it's just like the manufacturing process and like as far as supply chain goes. I think.
Well,
I don't
America
know.
is good.
Marvel. Anyway, Windows 10 hardware accelerated GPU scheduling is almost here. Do you care about-
I gotta ask, did you have any thoughts on that RTX voice? Because once I get my rigs up and going, I want to start trying that for the show.
I saw thumbnails. I didn't do any of it. What's it about?
Oh well, Jerry did like his video went viral, I guess, because he did a video demonstrating that he had like a leaf blower, a fan, and his AC going, and the RTX voice was able to filter that out, and it sounded totally quiet when he was talking.
Oh, so like instead of AI for like figuring out images,
Yeah,
it like figure it. What is it like in real time?
yeah.
Dope. I
Yeah,
have a
so
fan
basically,
right
it puts
right now.
a virtual. Oh, what did you say?
I said I have a fan right behind my microphone right now. That'd be great.
Yeah, you should look into it and try seeing because what it basically does is it puts it installs a virtual microphone that's like the NVIDIA RTX voice or whatever, and that's what you would use for your input on the show, and it would it would filter it out. You could have it enable or disable, and there's a couple other options in there, but basically it's like a smart noise canceling thing, you know. So
That's cool. I mean, hell, they can already make people that don't exist in real life that look real, but they're fucking in AI.
yeah. No, I just thought I'd ask because this is kind of like related with this has to do with drivers and stuff or something.
Nah, I don't care. Anyway,
Oh, okay.
new AMD graphics cards will arrive before the PS5 and Xbox X series. So there's that.
Frank gave up on Navi.
Oh, so long ago. I just was like, no, you know what? No thanks.
Because I remember a lot of our show was you were like, "Hold out for Navi. We'll see what happens with Navi."
Yeah, and then, well, because
It ain't happen with Navi.
I was expecting like I paid $300 for my 380, and it was a good deal. Really, it really was.
Yeah.
I should have got a 390, but they didn't have any in stock. But when they came out with that, what the fuck was it? Was it the Radeon 7 or whatever the fuck? No, after Vega.
Oh, you're talking about the XT cards?
Around the fucking the thing that she's holding here before Navi, but after Vega. That where we thought it was Vega, but it wasn't.
Yeah,
Or Navi.
that was they had the 5600 and 5700 XT.
I don't know, but they discontinued it like right away.
Oh yeah.
Because like you could still buy like 580s, like people still buy those. So
Yeah, well, I have a 480, and that shit came out right after I bought it, man. The 580,
right.
even though it wasn't that much different.
I mean, your 480 is still better than my 380, but whatever.
Yeah.
It would probably ball like my 8350, but anyway. But yeah, was it 700 for a fucking graphics card? And I was like, yeah, no, not for what you're promising, Lisa. No. Like I watched a live stream where they were like, there was a reaction video, and they're like, and she named the price. They're like, ooh, no, honey, no. So yeah, I mean, they would be shooting themselves in the foot to only give it to because people are like, oh, they're not going to give it to you gamers. It's going to PlayStation and Xbox, and then to like IT companies and shit. It's not even going to go to your home computer. Shut up.
I don't think people are gonna miss it.
No. But then there's this. The inherent exclusivity of cloud gaming will kill it for PC gamers. Think your multiple streaming subscriptions are bad enough? Just wait until cloud gaming get-ups are up and running.
Yeah, I saw there was an interesting Stadia article that I was gonna do, but I was like, I just really don't care enough.
I wish this wasn't hyperbole though, because as long as we live in America where fucking
Fuck
the
yeah.
the FCC is fucking us with our internet speeds, and
Yeah.
like the fucking Nvidia's got their thing, and like all the publishers are like, oh no, you can't have my games. Like the Blizzard and Bethesda and all that shit. Like first you have to already own the game. They should be like, oh yeah, it's a game that they already bought for me. Okay, but no, they said no, fuck you.
Yeah,
So
Tech Syndicate, they did a whole video on the history of all this streaming in the cloud, or like like Epic stores and uh you know Steam, whatever you call those, the game distributors or platforms or whatever. He did a whole thing on that. I was trying to watch it. He goes on and on about that stuff. It was kind of hard to keep focus with it, but
I mean, yeah.
he talks about all that stuff.
I mean, once you play a lot of games and you live it and you understand it, then it's like, it's probably all stuff he's thought about more than he's discussed with people, because the bigwigs aren't talking with him and his fucking nail polish. They give him a couple of trials and he, becomes a mouthpiece, and then the fucking people who watch YouTube or listen to him and say, okay, and he's an influencer. But no, I mean, for what it's worth, I think Nvidia had it the closest, but they pissed off too many people.
yeah.
So, because if you could have the lowest power fucking machine and then run games on it, that'd be great. Like, take any, NAS media center build and run games on it. But if you can't, feel bad for you, son. But it's funny because the URL for this was pcgamer.com/cloudpcgaming is screwed. So, anyway, and my last is a what the fuck kind of science article. Armor-plated dinosaur's last meal found beautifully preserved 110 million years later. The last meal of a huge armor-plated dinosaur has been found 110 million years later, still in its fossilized belly, and was now northern Alberta. First described in 2017, this thorny 1,300 kilogram nodosaur, unearthed in 2011, is said to contain the best preserved dinosaur stomach found to date.
So it's just kind of a weird kind of thing you're saying.
Hold on.
That's why you have it under what the fuck.
Yeah, I mean, it's something you wouldn't think of.
Right.
There's considerable charcoal in the stomach from burnt plant fragments, indicating that the animal was browsing in a recently burned area and was taking advantage of a recent fire and the flush of ferns that frequently emerges on a burned landscape. Where the hell is it there? I've read some of this, and it's like fossilized stomach is now on display.
That's. I don't know. I didn't read about that in the Bible, Frank.
The devil put them there to fool us. So yeah, that's gonna be it for me.
Yeah.
We started so late, I don't even remember what time.
Yeah. Well, we'll definitely on future episodes we'll try to make it shorter. But I mean, we had a lot to catch up on because this is our first episode coming back. But I think for the future episodes, what we could probably do is like maybe if we each want to do like one topic for each thing, like maybe like a gaming article and then a tech article. Like, so basically for the type of article, we would just have one for it,
Yeah, I think we ought to like compare notes right before we go on and say, you get the tech, hey, you have more, so you do the gaming.
Well, I mean, we could each have like a gaming because we're each gonna we would probably have to fight out of that. I'm just saying like one gaming and one tech for each of us at the most. You know.
Be predominantly like it's all Fallout this week. So Frank, take it away.
Yeah.
So we'll see how the needle lands when we decide to get back on it.
Yeah.
Get down on it.
I mean,
Sit down on it.
I do like video of the week. I mean, we could probably keep that in there.
Well, it's been rough for me because I haven't been watching as much YouTube as I used to because I love it. Don't get me wrong, because we watch YouTube TV.
Yeah.
Which only thing that is bullshit is because when you get a YouTube TV subscription, even though your login is the same because it's your Gmail, when you get YouTube TV, they don't fucking give you a YouTube Premium free. That should be included. I'm already paying X dollars a month. You want me to pay $10?
Bullshit!
Yeah, for your fucking YouTube Premium channels and I don't get your stupid ads, and even though the first time I did, second time I didn't. Second free trial I didn't have ads.
Oh, that's good to know.
And
You're not just giving them money.
and I think when you have YouTube Premium, they also let you do Google Music or whatever. What the fuck ever? Just give it to me for free. It's stupid bullshit. Because it's like $15 a month or something stupid. I'm like, no.
No. It does get kind of weird because they do have all the different services on there, so it's like it should just be a lot simpler, you know?
Yeah, but no, I haven't been watching YouTube because I come home and I literally, because of the Rona, I have to come home and shower right away and eat dinner. And by the time I get all that done, it's time for fucking bed. And during the day at work, even if I'm on my lunch hour, which is my time, they encourage us not to use the network to stream YouTube or like the governor's, shit or Pandora even because so many people are working from home. They want to save the bandwidth for people connecting to the work computers.
Yeah. That's
So I'm limited to the shit I have on my phone and my iPod. I've got terabytes of shit. I don't feel comfortable limiting it to 80 to 100 some gigs. So yeah, I'd like to watch more YouTube. I have a 75-inch TV on the weekends. I try to watch shit on there, but it's so hard to keep up anymore, man.
Do you put playlists or do you just put shit on your watch later or something?
No, I scroll through if I see something I like, or if I'm looking up something. I get suggestions because, they know who I'm subscribed to and they know shit I might like.
I just go straight to my subscriptions because it's like, I don't trust them to show me that shit. That's why a lot of people were in uproar when they started trying to change the subscriptions page around.
You can subscribe, but now you gotta notify. You gotta click a fucking bell because being a subscription wasn't good enough. We have to push our bullshit to the top.
Yeah.
This stupid video of some kids dancing with their fucking mom that no one cares about.
They just want you watching a continuous stream of garbage.
Yes. If you put on YouTube and walk away, it'll play bullshit, progressively worse bullshit, until you say, no, I don't want to watch that. And then it'll start playing the bullshit again as soon as you leave the room. You could be on somebody's channel watching his content and it'll switch on you. I'm pretty sure. I've had to make my own playlist and copy playlists from people because if I want to watch the entire video series on a subject, I don't trust it. But I don't know. Anyway, I think we ought to wrap it up because my butt's falling asleep. And I'm out of soda. I'm out of soda. Don't even have ice yet.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you.
Hope you enjoy your double XP weekend.
Oh, fucking Floyd's probably in bed by now. He gets on me about coming on at 9 o'clock. Oh, dude, you don't go until midnight. Now it's actually fucking after midnight.
Yeah. Well, you'll have to hit him up tomorrow, then.
Oh, I'm getting on anyway.
Oh, yeah. But
Anyway, I need to get more caffeine.
Yeah, thanks for anybody that's listening. Hopefully the shit's still streaming, but oh well, if it's not, right? Oh, we gotta do the shit over again, Frank.
But next week, maybe.
Right. Anyways, peace out, dudes. Boobs. Whatever. Right?
All the way to say.
Au revoir. Auf Wiedersehen. Ciao. Ding dong day. Have a wonderful day.
Yeah, that was fun.